We're both wearing yellow today.
Yes, we are. I hope the movie we're watching is Follow That Bird. I am Curious Yellow. DC Cab.
I just watched Bug.
Oh, yeah.
William Friedkin bottle movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. It stars our boy Michael Shannon.
Yes, Michael Shannon.
That's good. That's
Thank
not
you.
bad.
I've been working on him, yeah.
The man we both have kind of an acting crush on.
I have a huge acting crush on him.
And it's
like,
not a man crush.
No,
it's totally different.
It's,
just about the acting.
I want to watch every single thing he does and feel slightly terrified whenever he enters, but also want to follow him.
He's that good, and he only opens his mouth halfway. I've got a bunch of movies that I've never seen before. You don't know what they are. Every episode, I'm going to spring one on you. We'll watch it and talk about it. Welcome to the basement. When you hear the word auteur, what other adjectives come to your mind?
Classy. Temperamental. Exacting.
What about the word crappy?
No.
Well, some auteurs have a body of work that is generally considered to be not very good. Now, a lot of these so-called poor man's auteurs are beloved by cinephiles the world over, your Ed Woods, your Roger Cormans, etc. But some of them are almost universally reviled. Such is the case with tonight's auteur, Teutonic firebrand Uwe Boll.
Oh, no.
Now, Herr Boll has a wide variety of films to choose from. Trying to figure out where to start is a little daunting. Although it didn't take me long to realize, yeah, we're going to watch the movie where he casts Burt Reynolds as a medieval king. Strap on your broadsword and gird your loins for In the Name of the King, a dungeon siege tale.
Well, you're killing me.
Released in 2007, the film stars Jason Statham, Leelee Sobieski, Ray Liotta as a wizard, and America's caveman, Ron Perlman. ITNOTK was Uwe Boll's biggest film yet, with a budget of about $60 million. After grossing approximately $3 million in the US, he announced he would no longer do big budget films. Herr Boll, renowned for his fiery temper, actually challenged his critics to a real-life boxing match back in 2006. Dubbed Raging Boll, he took on 5 of his critics and soundly beat them all.
I will say nothing bad about this movie.
Because he might come and punch you out.
He might come and punch me out, yeah.
Every episode I give you a gift. This episode is no different. Here is your gift.
Excellent. Your gift is too big to fit in this box. Is it a dragon? Is it a dungeon?
No, it's not.
Life in a Medieval Castle and Village coloring book. I get to figure out all about the grime and the plague.
Well, we've certainly got our work cut out for us. Won't you join us on the old leather couch and journey with us into a world of sorcery and swords and stabbing with In the Name of the King, a dungeon siege tale. Galleon the Wizard seems to be up to no good as he makes out with Mirella.
Our time together is paying off.
It's the most romantic thing you can say to a gal. Our time together is paying off.
Leelee Sobieski is the daughter of John Rhys Davies.
Now, who's this guy?
I am the monarch of the sea. I am the ruler of the King's Navy. That's who he is.
That doesn't answer my question.
From Raiders of the Lost Ark. Who you've seen in various other movies that you've actually liked.
Indeed.
Is he here? Sala, or whatever his name is, he has superpowers too. The movie starts out, as all good action movies should, at a turnip farm.
A farmer named Farmer works on his turnip farm.
And his best friend Norik comes by.
Can I have some chicken, please?
Don't give it to him.
Give me the chicken.
I don't like that at all.
Arr, arr, arr.
Don't think that's the last time you're going to be saying that tonight. He says, no, I prefer being a turnip farmer.
Look at these hands.
Take a look at these hands. I'm a tumbler. I'm a government man. As he says, when a man builds a life of honest toil, courage never fails. You know, the old saying. That saying doesn't make any sense. Why is he courageous? Because he works.
I know a lot of people who works, and they're nothing but cowards. Farmer sends his wife and his son into town to sell some turnips. And then the Krugs show up.
Big, hulking, rubber-suited beasts. Orcs, or a reasonable facsimile. I think that was a ninja turtle. Soon the whole countryside is overrun by the Krug, their reign of terror and latex and polyurethane running rampant. Farmer's son Zeph is killed by the Krug, who are merely the puppets of Galien the sorcerer. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a sorcerer.
And his wife is taken into slavery.
He doesn't know where she is, so he journeys off with Norik and his brother-in-law to find her. Meanwhile, at King Conread's castle, a bunch of stuff is happening.
How many men on guard here?
I am on guard. My king.
Not to enter the room, even if you come and get him.
Evidently the king, he's got a conniving nephew who's the closest thing to an heir that he has. And his nephew is a kook, and he doesn't seem to know any of the decorum of corks. He just drinks right out of the bottle. He doesn't know any of the decorum of court. He sits around when he has a castle to himself, playing weird improv games with his girlfriend on the throne.
The king broods, he mumbles, he seems a bit bored, to be quite honest, and who can blame him? Burt Reynolds looks like he's wearing a Burt Reynolds mask. Galien seems to be planning to overthrow the king, so the king's foppish nephew, Fallow, can take the throne.
I gave you access to my castle so that we might work together.
I'm sure recent events demonstrate how very busy I've been.
I had to stir the sauce, and then I had to go pick up my brother from the hospital.
Stir things up?
We're just kidding, Mr. Liotta. Go on with acting.
What do you know of a man they call Farmer?
Man they call Farmer? His name's actually Farmer. You don't have to worry about him. His name's on Soldier.
Where were the king's army when the Krug came killing?
Peasant, do not forget to whom you speak.
Is his name Farmer or is it Peasant? Is he gonna kill us or is he gonna shit?
That is not the way of Ebb.
I am the monarch of the sea. Burt Reynolds has the constant expression on his face in this movie of someone standing in line at the bank, waiting to cash the big paycheck he was given for starring in a crappy movie.
The king gets poisoned, and he's poisoned by a wizard.
Indy!
Bad dates, Indy! Indy, bad dates! No, crap. Oh, I'm late.
I fear the king is not a theremin after all. And the three dudes try to infiltrate a Krug encampment and fail. Ron Perlman doesn't need to dress up like a Krug to look like a Krug.
I'm curious about you, Farmer. I sense danger in you.
Is that Jesse Ventura?
I can read most men, like reading scrolls of flesh.
Jesse Ventura, back when he was in office, he used to only read things off of scrolls of flesh.
It turns out that Farmer and the king, get ready for it.
He is your son.
Wow! Why is it that when I look at Burt Reynolds, I see the uncanny valley? Merrick convinces Farmer to fight in the king's army against the Krug. And there's a big battle that lasts for about 35 minutes, I think. Not sure why the king has a ninja squad. It sort of seems anachronistic. I'm getting some bad Last Airbender flashbacks here. The king's army is triumphant, and the king is mortally wounded by the treacherous Fallow.
And the king dies.
Hip hip huzzah!
And Fallow thinks that he's going to be crowned king, but he doesn't know about the secret son who assumes the throne. Let's hear it for King Farmer.
Tonight we dress our wounds, bury our dead.
Dress our dead. Bury our wounds. Think about it.
Farmer, the newly appointed king, now has to kill Galien to save his wife, who, as it turns out, is also pregnant. I'm here to fight you, Galien. Merrick duels with Galien, and he dies. He's pulling out all the Chris Angel moves here. Farmer duels with Galien. Why doesn't he just destroy him with his magic? I got one word for you, Galien. Fireball. It's a 5th level spell. Cast it.
First with swords, and then with literature. Books! If there's one thing this movie has taught you, books will try to kill you. Nothing is more powerful than the magic of literacy.
Visit your local library of pain! And Galien dies.
I love you.
Let's do it on the books.
Forgot I had this.
What is that, suicide pill?
No, it's a cough drop.
You should have taken that at the beginning of the book.
What if it was so bad it was good?
Yeah, unfortunately that wasn't the case
No,
in the
it
name
was
of the king.
It was so bad it was adequate.
It was the most adequate it could be, and so therefore was a lot less enjoyable than if it was really bad. The main failing of this movie is it just has no sense of style. It's just so flat. Everything is flat and lifeless. These medieval people are just modern LA people.
Particularly
at a Renaissance fair.
Particularly Matthew Lillard. He's going to be shaggy no matter what.
But you know, at least he was throwing this weird stuff into his character. He was chewing the scenery, and that's fun, you know, but you look at someone like Burt Reynolds.
If you ever want to see what it's like to see a sleepwalker act, Burt Reynolds in this movie is a place to go. But it really felt like we were watching a video game during this. Introductory scene, fighting at the market. Cutscene, fighting at the farm. And then there's a cutscene, and there's a fighting in the forest.
And that's really no way to construct a movie. A movie has to have more something. More of anything.
Lighting a guy on fire, putting him in a catapult, firing him into a tree, him getting down and fighting while he's on fire. A stunt person's dream, but what good does it do in a movie? Oh, it was pretty cool.
That's what good it does. For you to say that. For you to watch it and go, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Where's the challenge? Where's the really making something that's worth thinking about?
And a fight scene has to have more of a story than killing a bunch of mooks.
Krugs. They're called Krugs.
Yeah, all right. The mooks are Krugs in this. But yeah, you can't just be like slice, slice, slice. And you have to have a series of challenges as opposed to, here's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. And it's not just like, oh, this is a popcorn movie. Why are you analyzing it? Why do you can't look at it this way? Well, yeah, you can, because there are a lot of movies that are action movies that do it the right way. Action that makes sense. It's characters that you care about. It's a story that has an arc. And that's what a movie is.
The action sequences tell a story, they get you someplace, and you understand everything that's going on.
The action serves the story. The action sequences are not the story.
Yes.
Well, we've had just about all we can stomach of In the Name of the King. I have a couple of comments I'd like to read from our viewers. A lot of people responded very favorably to the follow-up video to Lost Highway. Thanks for all of your nice comments, in particular, Zero Batgirl Zero. Matt, I want to make love to your brain. Thank you very much. That's quite flattering.
Oh, I just imagined that.
Dreaming in No Other says, I wonder what Ernesto's take on Lost Highway is. For those of you who don't know, Ernesto is the fat little kitty that appears at the end of every Welcome to the Basement. Hey, Ernesto. Hey, buddy. What did you think of Lost Highway? Anything? Nothing? Ernesto does not have an opinion.
See, that's the safest thing to do with some movies.
And now, it's time for Seen It.
Seen It!
Crimson Knight 700. Clerks. Chasing Amy. Dogma. I liked Clerks okay. Dogma was okay. And I hated Chasing Amy. What do you think of Kevin Smith?
Oh, first of all, seen it, not seen it, seen it. I think he's fun. I think he's a very smart guy.
One Kevin Smith movie I really liked was Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Not seen it.
Throughout the whole thing, I thought, this is a good premise for a movie. I wish Kevin Smith wasn't directing it. It seems like he has such an agenda when he's making his movies. He wants to gross you out. He wants to dazzle you with his vocabulary and with his arcane references. And it's just, all this stuff seems to just get in the way of telling an honest story. That seems to be kind of on the back burner for him. Goofball 25B. Hey guys, you two should watch Caveman with Ringo Starr. It's my personal top favorite. That's an answer I would expect from a goofball.
Yeah, that is a very goofball answer.
In honor of the star of today's film, Ron Perlman, America's Caveman, we will talk about Caveman, which I saw in the theater back in 1983. A lot of farting, a lot of pooping.
Lots of cleavage.
And you get Ringo Starr trying to molest a sleeping woman.
Ringo. A beetle.
Schnickerface. A lot of kooky names today. Please watch Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles. Seen it. I hate Meet the Feebles. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Puppets are shitting and vomiting all over each other constantly. It's just constant diarrhea and vomit. It's the worst. It's the worst movie.
I wonder if I would watch it today. Since that came out, we've had South Park, we've had Wunderchosen, we've had Triumph the Wonder...
I've seen all that stuff, and all that has nothing on Meet the Feebles. There's nothing redeeming about it. I wish I had never seen it.
I'm going to give myself the personal goal to watch it by the next time we film.
I still got the goddamn theme song in my head 15 years later. Make the feebles, make the feebles. I've got the stink of this movie on me still. Watch it. I want you to watch it.
All right.
And I want you to suffer.
It's the Pink Flamingos of puppet movies.
I think that's an apt description.
So I know what to expect. It's not going to affect me nearly as much.
No, it's not. You're going to come back and be like, man, what's the problem? Fine. Shimi no C99. Have you seen the classic A Clockwork Orange? When I was in high school, I watched A Clockwork Orange and Sid and Nancy on the same night.
I imagine that would be a very key moment of your life.
Yeah. The world looked different after that night. You know another thing? In the same way that it really irritates me when people quote Monty Python sketches. Not to enter the room, even if you come and get him. I hate it when people quote Clockwork Orange.
Oh, my Drew.
Don't do it.
Don't be like a Mal Chickywick.
You're doing this deliberately to irritate me, and that makes me respect you less. I can't stand it. Well, Craig, I'm going to have to cut Scene It a little short this week because we have some other business to attend to. Our next episode is our big Halloween episode. We've got some fun stuff planned. We are going to be dressing in costume. There's going to be a special scary edition of Scene It. I have a gift for you, of course, for the Halloween episode, and instead of giving it to you then, I'm going to give it to you right now.
Oh.
So here it is.
It's empty.
You've noticed that the box is empty, Craig, because I'm giving you the gift of choice. I've prepared for you a little smorgasbord of horror. 6 scary movies I have never seen. You're going to pick one of them, and for the Halloween episode, you're going to bring it here, and you're going to spring it on me. Will you choose the 1977 Italian horror gem, Suspiria, the 1961 Victorian chiller, The Innocents, the 1990 supernatural slasher pick, Child's Play 2, the 1967 Roman Polanski horror comedy, Fearless Vampire Killers, the 1981 Cronenberg shocker, Scanners, or the 1941 Halloween classic, I can't believe I haven't seen this one yet, folks, Lon Chaney in The Wolfman. Witches, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, psychic powers, and a murderous doll.
How will I be scaring you this Halloween, Mr. Sloan?
Which movie do you think Craig should pick? Let us know in the comments. Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
He didn't make it. He was killed with them the day you were taken.
Killed? That was such a great reaction. Your son has been killed.
Give me the chicken.